Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Zavian McClain, aka Zavian McClain, aka 3 Truey, and I'm back with another episode of Truey Talks. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Zavian McClain, aka Zavian McClain, aka 3 Truey, and I'm back, man. And it's been a while. I think the last time we talked was, what, I want to say, I don't even know. But it's been a while. It's been a while. But yeah, life has been lifing, man. I think today I'm gonna just update y'all on everything that's been going on in regards to that. Obviously, we had a good season. It got cut kind of short. I mean, we had tournament chances or tournament aspirations. Um, got upset. Was tough. Probably one of the toughest feelings I've ever felt in college because I think that this was definitely the best year I've ever had when it comes to just my college experience and just basketball and everything kind of just going the way it was supposed to be going. I think that I really did a really good job of um, adapting and enjoying this experience for sure. Not just from an athletic standpoint, from an academic standpoint, from a social standpoint. Just immersing myself in this Southwest Florida culture, which is a culture to say the least. But it was good, man. I enjoyed it. But yeah, back to basketball was tough, but I ended up tearing my labrum in my left shoulder, which is my shooting shoulder, and so I actually had been playing on it for some time. Um, didn't know, of course, that it was torn. Knew something was up, but wanted to finish the season and try to, get to that NCAA tournament. I think that was the biggest thing for me, just trying to live that out. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, but ended up playing on the torn labrum for 2 months. Obviously, it got worse, and had some flare ups and stuff, but just didn't know. When the season ended, I decided to get surgery and not play in the CBI that we had actually qualified for after the season. Um, didn't get a chance to score 1,000 points. That was a sacrifice I kind of made, and having a opportunity to win another sort of championship with my team. It just made more sense for me to get surgery after. I mean, I want to play pro. That's the plan. We'll get into that a little bit later in the conversation. But for me, like, there were so many other things that I felt were more important. And after talking to my family, talking to the coaches, talking to my teammates, it was best for me not to play. So for anybody that was wondering if I was playing or not, or where I was, or if I got in some trouble, or whatever was going on, I was injured. I was injured. I elected to have surgery, and my season stopped after that Queens game. So yeah. Outside of that, obviously I just graduated. Well, not just graduated, but I graduated college in May. I graduated from the business school here at FGCU, so I was able to get my MBA, which was a very good moment for me and my family. Um, Never actually thought I would end up getting a master's degree. Never really considered it something that was important to me, to be honest. I feel like after I did my 4 years of undergrad, especially at Columbia, I was done with school just because of how draining it was and how much of a responsibility it was. And that's like my student athlete talking. But um, yeah, it was an experience for sure. But I enjoyed it. Grad school is very different from undergrad. Like, super lax. Everything was online for me, which was like the first time ever I had anything like that since like COVID time. I think since COVID, it's been more online stuff, obviously, but this was the first time where I was completely online and didn't have to worry about walking in the classroom. And so for me, it was super different because, like, if I didn't want to show my face on campus, I didn't have to. And a lot of people only saw me on the basketball court. And so that dynamic was also new, just because a lot of people knew me as like the basketball guy who was celebrating and having fun and scoring and doing whatever, um, which was different. I didn't think that that was a big thing when it came to like mid-major basketball. I thought that was more so like a Power Five high major NBA type of thing. And not to say I was a celebrity, quote unquote, but sometimes you get certain comments and you're kind of like, okay, like I didn't really think it was that serious, but to some people it is. Um, so that was also fun. Now, kind of that dynamic was cool in some ways. Um, Definitely made it my mission to go around campus and stuff like that as well. But that's just the difference between grad school and undergrad. Like super, like the responsibility is all on you. Um, it's more of a trusted system, I would say. A little bit more group work than I'm used to as well, which I'm not the biggest fan of. I hate relying on people for a lot of different things, especially when it comes to stuff like that, a grade or just your overall just academic character or whatever. Um, yeah, but made it happen, managed, was able to graduate and do that type of stuff. After the season, I was able to sign with an agent. So I ended up signing with the agency. As far as playing pro basketball, was deciding between a lot of different agencies, and it was a pretty drawn out process for me. I actually ended up finding out what agency I wanted to go with a lot sooner than when I put it out. It was just a matter of everything that was going on as far as NCAA stuff, just overall, just language and contract, all these different things, and just me understanding more about what it was that I was going to do. Because at one point, amid all the NCAA eligibility controversy things, I was thinking about coming back and playing college one more year. Didn't know if it was going to be at FGCU or not. Probably would have been somewhere else. But I was contemplating that. But then it got to a point to where I was just like, you know what, college is over for me. I've graduated from master's school. I'm about to be 24 years old. I actually be 24 on August 31st. So it's time for life to start. It's time for life to start. It's time to get out of this little bubble of being the oldest person, being unk. Like I'm tired of being unk. It's over with. So college is done for me. And then once I finally made that decision, I went ahead with my agency, and it's been good. Obviously, recovering from injury has been a pain. You go from not being able to lift your arm at all, being in a sling, to now being able to be fully functional and feeling everything. Been a journey. It's been a journey. I was away from the basketball court for a while. Um, then I started off with very minimal stuff. And as somebody who really loves the game of basketball and really plays it just to be better and to live out the dream of being a professional basketball player, I think it was challenging in a lot of ways. I mean, obviously for me, I think I did a really good job of making sure that I put myself in a good position mentally to be able to withstand everything. I never allowed myself to get into a position of regret or depression, I would say, and I say that with all consideration to people who fall into those type of situations. But for me, I always made it. I took this time to make sure that I was able to kind of examine myself in a way to where I found out who Zavian McClain was outside of basketball. And I feel like this was the first time I really had to sit down and really think about that for an extended period of time, um, and not run away from it. I think a lot of times and when I've been put in those situations, I've always had basketball to kind of go back to and kind of recalibrate me. But when you don't have that anymore, when you're someone like myself, you have to really do some soul searching and really understand what life is about outside of that. Not to say that I didn't know, but I had to be more cognizant of it and aware of it as life went on. And so um, these last, I want to say, I had a surgery on March 25th. It's August 28th at the time of this recording. Um, that's what, 5 months? Just a little bit over 5 months. August 8th. Yeah. So just, yeah, 5 months. Yeah, just a little over 5 months. Um, so yeah, these last 5 months have been great in terms of just observing my life. Um, closer to my family, um, being more present in the relationships that I have, um, and just being more just being there. To be honest with you, I'm a big religious person, um, so obviously my faith I've been more devout in that, and just focusing on what God who God is in my life and His presence here. Um, and hopefully that doesn't offend anybody who isn't too religious. But for me, I feel like that's something that she was out, wasn't she? That was crazy. Sorry, and we have the South Florida Boise State game in the background, and Boise State is getting thrashed. But yeah, just understanding everything about life and what really matters. I think it only helps me. I think it only helps me when I return to the game of basketball. And now that I'm back, working out, lifting. For those who have been watching, I've been doing a lot of updates on my Instagram of basically where I'm at in my journey and stuff like that. Um, yeah, it's been just that. It's been a journey. It's been a journey. And as I draw closer to where I'm at in my life and where I'm going, I think it's only right that I bring this to the forefront for you guys, and I'm able to make sure that you guys are a part of that as well. Um, October 1st, I leave Florida, and I go. I'm out of here, and so between now and then, I want to make sure that you guys are with me as I navigate um, the end of this chapter to my life. Obviously, I want to thank everybody who was a part of it, and this definitely isn't the end of me being in the Florida weather and the Florida vibe. But as far as college and everything is concerned, this is where I close my chapter, and I'm very grateful that I get to close it in a place um, such as Fort Myers slash Estero, Florida. Um, as crazy as that may sound to some people, and mostly people who are from Florida, for me, um, this has definitely been a very valuable place to be. And so, yeah, I've enjoyed my time here. It's been great. Um, and I'm back here with you guys. Um, yeah. As far as, obviously professional basketball stuff goes, um, I ended up signing with um, Phenom Sports Services, which is a Greek agency out of Athens, and they've been super supportive. Shout out to Zoe, shout out to Alex. They've been great. Basically, been keeping them updated on everything, and it's been amazing to be able to work with them, to be able to kind of see the business side of things, to be able to see um, basically just learning more about what that looks like and how they think and how they go about basically finding situations for people. Very different than college, or at least for me, because I didn't have an agent when I was in college, and so um, yeah, this is my first time really having those real conversations um, about certain things, about how teams view players, about how they look for players, about how they, search and try to figure out what their teams are like on the year-to-year basis and stuff like that. And, also just the small, different, just overall points that are huge pillars when it comes to different organizations and clubs, etc. So, also going overseas is a very, very insightful thing, very introspective, very beautiful. Like I think that's something for me, like being someone who's lived overseas before and being someone who's been out of the country a lot of times. I think that that's something that I've always appreciated. So me going to play basketball overseas um, is kind of a dream come true. In a lot of ways, I value it more over the NBA just because it allows me to see different experiences. And don't get me wrong, the NBA is the greatest basketball in the world. Like that's the highest level you want to be, and that's the level that I train every day my butt off to get to. But when you think about playing basketball abroad from America, there's a lot of different things that you are able to be exposed to that I think only enhances yourself as a person. Just being able to see different people, hear different languages, different scenery, just aesthetically being in an environment that's better for you, um, eating better, just a lot of different things. Learn about a history that you've never been a part of. I think it's very humbling. It's very honorable to be able to say that you've had that experience, even if it's for a short time. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm super excited about where I'm headed to. Um, it's amazing for sure. But um, yeah, guys, like I want to make sure that wherever I go, whatever I do, whatever team I play for, um, that I'm just making the most of it. And like I said, over these last few months, if there's anything that I've learned that to make the most of what you have because you never know when it's stripped from you. Like I've had the game of basketball stripped from me for the last few months. Haven't been able to practice, haven't been able to play, haven't been able to do whatever. I've had friends and all of my peers, who are living out their dream, playing professionally, doing what they're doing, starting up on life, doing all these things that are taking them to the next level. And I've kind of been, I wouldn't say idle to the extreme point, but I've kind of had to put my dreams to the side, rightfully so for the sake of my health. But you do see, obviously, like my teammates Keyshawn and Dalian, the guys I played next to. I love those guys. They're overseas right now, and I know they're having a great time and being able to not only just play basketball but grow as men. I love that for them, and I can't wait to do that. And for me, obviously, as someone who has those same dreams and wants to be in those same, environments, you think about it. I wouldn't say that I doubt. I wouldn't say that I'm jealous. I'm envious or anything. Absolutely not. But you do itch to get that opportunity to go and enjoy it and go and be a part of it. Even if you go there and you crap the bed, like at least you were able to go there and say you did something that a lot of people don't get the chance to do. And I think when you go into it with that type of mentality and you're not afraid of anything and you jump head first into the water, I think 9 times out of 10 you come out on top. You come out um, in a pretty advantageous situation, and that's what I can't wait for. Like I can't wait to figure out that game. I can't wait to figure out the environment. I can't wait to jump into, a sticky situation, um, and learn to get myself out of it. Whether it's in basketball, whether it's in life, whether it's in whatever, and that's not even exactly just limited to when I go overseas, but just now as someone who's adulting in a way that is excluded of college. Like now that I'm out here in the real world and real situations happen, how am I, tackling them head on? Who do I have around me who's helping me tackle those head on? I think is very, very important. I think that's something that I've basically, like I said, I've taken a lot of time to really think about and assess, since I've been injured. So this injury, while it's been annoying, has been a blessing in disguise as well. Um, Obviously, I love doing this. I love talking to you guys. I love documenting my life, my thoughts with the podcast. My guy Ryan, he's been a help. Um, but yeah, it's been amazing. It's been amazing to go on this journey and to be a part of it and to continue to just grow and evolve. And it's beautiful. So um, yeah, it's been beautiful. As far as everything else outside of that, of course, I haven't just been sitting on my butt. Like obviously, I've been doing a lot of stuff. I've actually been working and doing a lot of different things. Upon initial, surgery and stuff like that. Obviously, I took a little bit of time to heal and stuff like that. But shortly after that, I ended up working with FGCU Athletics. I did a little bit of ticketing stuff, did a little bit of NIL stuff. I was a ticketing assistant, but then I also was like a NIL intern for the new NIL team that's there on campus. And that was great for me. You know, I was able to really learn a lot under them, learn a lot under shout out to Logan, shout out to Hannah, shout out to Nick, um, shout out to Zach, shout out to Lauren and Colin, the athletic director, and you know everybody in that department who plays a hand. Shout out to Lindsay and Tinley too, who work sales. It was great. It was a great experience just to be able to kind of see the other side of things. Because obviously, as an athlete, you know, you see on social media these athletes getting this, these athletes getting that, schools getting this, schools getting that, and so everything is a dollar amount that you want, a dollar amount that you know want to have. But then be on the other side of it and seeing exactly what they have to do behind the scenes, you have a greater appreciation of what they want to do. You have a greater appreciation of the $100 or the $500 that you get for posting something because somebody had to go about making that connection and being able to do so, and putting you in a position to be able to do so. And so um, it was great, especially in a situation with FGCU where you know it's the only college athletics program in a what a D1, sorry, D1 in like a 75-mile radius, something like that. So I think the next closest is South Florida. And so when you have somewhere like that in an area that's you know pretty affluent, um, there's a lot of potential for a lot of different things, from sponsorships to NIL opportunities to just overall exposure and notoriety. You know, not only for the athletes but for the businesses that want to partner. So it was great to see that. And then obviously FGCU is known for a lot of different things, for Dunk City, for the women's basketball program, um, for being the only college in Southwest Florida. Um, we're not the only college, the only Division I college. Let me stop saying that. No disrespect to any other colleges that are in Southwest Florida or in Florida in general. But like like I said, there's a lot of opportunity there. So I was doing everything from answering phone calls and calling people about season tickets to accompanying Hannah and Zach in meetings and writing up a sketch of a proposal or something like that, or you know helping out with a handbook or a sponsorship handbook, like just things like that that just gave me experience on what to know. And then obviously as someone who was you know big in the NIL space, or at least knowing about it, not being knowledgeable of it, and who didn't really get to benefit as much as a lot of people. I definitely want everybody coming behind me, especially for men's basketball at FGCU, to be able to, you know, be in a better position than, you know, we were, or at least those before us as well. Like I think that the guys coming up are going to be able to make more money, and I think that's a blessing because who doesn't like more money as an athlete? Like obviously, want to get paid, and it's a new day now where you can make money. And a lot of people are making a lot of people are making more money than those who coach them, those who work in these departments, those who whatever. And I'm always going to advocate for the athlete getting a dollar because everybody's making a dollar off of them. And so I think it's a beautiful thing. I think that it goes hand in hand though. I think there's a respectful way to go about it, and I think there's a job and a appreciation to have for administration and the department who are working on behalf of these athletes. But I definitely think athletes, it's time for them to get their just due because it only helps everybody. And so it was great to be under that umbrella and to be able to see that, and to be able to do the research and get the education knowledge from so many different people. Also make great relationships. Like all those people that I just mentioned were great people. They were nothing but supportive for me when it came to those things. And like I said, I appreciate them for that opportunity. And it was amazing. I also did some work with a law firm. Shout out to Simon and Simon. I was an intern for them. Excuse me. Through a Columbia alum who I met through my coach here at FGCU, Mark Simon. Great guy. I appreciate him for the opportunity. He allowed me to come in and basically, you know, be a be an intern in the document service department. So I was able to do a lot of um, organization with documents and managing, different documents and stuff like that. Shout out to the people that were there. Shout out to Akeem Sia. Shout out to Brian, who basically were my managers and um, who I worked under, and they were number supportive as well. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. I was able to see a lot of different things. I was able to understand all the different departments that come within a law firm, the amount of security that exists in a law firm, so much delicate information and the responsibility that's put on all these different departments to be able to um, preside over just a single case, let alone hundreds of cases and thousands of cases. Like, it was crazy to see, and I think that it's definitely helped me um, from just an organization standpoint. And I think, and this is me just thinking a little bit beyond the job, I think that for me, just learning how to be a lot more clean and particular about how I want to handle my stuff and how I want my organization to look. I think that this helped me with that in a big way, because any little mistake um, is the difference between a case being settled, a case being thrown out, a case not being a case at all, somebody getting paid, somebody not getting paid, um, winning and losing a case, whatever. So it's a very keen understanding and an eye for everything. Like, nothing gets, there's not a single thing that doesn't get double checked, triple checked. There's any type of issues, it's immediate communications on anything. Any type of difficulties, immediate communication on anything. So um, that was beautiful. I really enjoyed that as well. And then also, shout out to another guy who I've been doing some offhand freelance work with, Israel Honest, with some financial, management stuff. I've been doing that as well. Just learn about finances, man. Obviously, everybody needs to be more um, financially literate about how they want their life to go. I think it only makes sense for you to understand not only how to manage your finances, but how to grow your finances and how to invest in a way that suits not only your generation, but the generation that come after, and setting that precedent for your family. A lot of people don't know, and more people should know, and so it's important that um, those who do know are able to provide that game to everybody else and kind of assist them with those type of things. I think that um, it's definitely helped me just be more conscious about how I kind of want my future to look, um, and what I'm willing to do in order to make sure that's the case. And what better way to do that than someone who's out of college and isn't on scholarship anymore, and now I gotta pay for housing, now I gotta pay for, you know, my car, now I gotta pay for food, now I gotta pay for all these different things, and none of it's free. So that's been great as well. So in the meantime of everything, I've been, you know, still working, still making some income, which is important, because without that, sheesh, life is pretty rough. Life is pretty rough. But I've been blessed to get some opportunities to be able to at least support myself throughout this time and everything like that. But yeah, um, I think the biggest, like I said, the biggest thing for me is that I've been able to find myself and learn a lot about myself in a way that I wasn't able to before. And so now that I'm able to understand myself a little bit more, it makes basketball that much easier. It makes life that much easier. It makes just my purpose and my presence here that much more meaningful, that much more explicit, at least in my mind. And so, um, yeah, guys, like, I think for me, this episode was just me updating you guys on where I'm at. Like I said, I'm back on the court. I'm back hooping. I'm back feeling like myself again. Um, Fully cleared with everything. And on Wednesday, I get cleared to, play. And so at that point, it's just getting back in shape, getting ready, and then finding a situation where I'm out of here by October. exciting stuff. Everything is gonna be happening really fast. Like I have a month left and I'm somewhere else. And so getting prepared for that and documenting that. So you guys will see all of that. You guys will be here to witness whatever goes on and how it. But yeah, like I was saying, man, you guys are gonna be a part of it. See everything that goes on. See how it happens. See the journey up until this point. Yeah, apologize for the absence. I feel like I say this every time we talk. I apologize for the absence, but I actually really do. Life just be happening, man. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I said, I was injured. Whole bunch of stuff was going on. Summer, like it was different. It was crazy, and so I had to make sure that everything was cool. Everything was proper. Um, so yeah, just I'm excited. I'm excited for what's going to happen. I'm excited for these next few weeks to see what happens, to see how everything transpires and um, just kind of materializes. To be honest with you, I mean, obviously, a lot of prayer, a lot of just faith and determination and blood, sweat, and tears as well to just be solid and hope every day that things go to plan. And if any bumps come in the road, just being equipped and prepared for it is the biggest thing for me. So yeah, what's that? Sorry, I had to yawn. It's getting a little bit late. What time is it? Yeah, see, it's time to go to sleep. But um, yeah, you guys are been super supportive of everything. I see everybody that reaches out and has questions about what's going on and stuff. I appreciate that type of stuff. It's good, and just like I said, you guys are the audience. You guys are the ones who um, ask for this stuff um, and engage with me, and give me the inspiration to continue to talk, continue to share, continue to just kind of be illuminated with what I talk about because I know I'm not the only person who kind of goes through this type of stuff. And so, yeah, this is my reintroduction back to you guys, and it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be fun. Um, I can't wait for the rest of what's going to happen. Obviously, we're going to continue to have some guests. We're going to continue to um, just do some different things. Got some nice things in store that I want to also include you guys with, and it's gonna be great. But as for me, it's go time. It's go time. I finally get back to what I love doing, but also in a more attentive, more intentional mind state, mind frame, with a different perspective and understanding on life. Um, it's a beautiful thing. And I encourage everybody who can and who is breathing um, to basically just look yourself in the mirror as much as you can. Um, Examine yourself. Um, give yourself that time to just kind of recalibrate and um, just kind of understand what's going on. And the more you do that, the more you continue to refine yourself, and the more you continue to kind of just build and be better, the better person you will be, and the more equipped you'll be for life. And um, if there's nothing that you take from me, take those words, and I think you will. Well, not just you. I think we'll all be better off. And sometimes I even take my own advice because I'm not Mr. Miyagi when it comes to that type of stuff. So it be like that sometimes. But as far as tonight, guys, that's all I really have for y'all. Like I said, more is gonna be in store, so stay tuned. I know y'all see the mic on the hat. Y'all might like that. I might keep this as the vibe going forward. Y'all let me know. Shout out to Casanet. I actually just learned that he be doing that today, so I might have to get on his wave. No glaze, but that's it though. Without further ado, this is Zavian McLean, aka Zay McLean, aka 3 Truey, and I'm out, man. Y'all have a good day.